We so often hear that our journey begins today. It certainly is continuing and it's growing, but it definitely isn't starting today. It actually started at Rosewood Grill. It started when we got our perfect puppy, Dakota. It started when you would sit around on Saturday mornings at Baba's house, listening to the same stories and jokes that my uncles have probably told you before, but you laughed like it was the first time that you ever heard it. That's when I knew.
Kevin, we're so appreciative of you. You're as patient, kind, and selfless as they come. I used to think that I went above and beyond for Sarah, but then later found out that Kevin stops at Chipotle for lunch, Starbucks for coffee, McDonald's for a Coke, all for Sarah, all on the same trip. To quote Sarah's favorite movie, what a nightmare.
On our first date, you talked the entire time, and I enjoyed every second. Of every story, knowing I had no stories that could ever compare to the ones that you were telling me. Right after that first date, you texted me within seconds saying, "Do you still like me?" And that was the moment that I realized I did. I knew you were the love of my life.
I can honestly say that having known Sarah for several years now, and Kevin, he's truly the person that Sarah was meant to find and spend the rest of her life with. I wish you both nothing but the best in your life together as a married couple.
Kevin, you could not have picked a better girl, and I'm glad that I can now call her my sister. You have always been a true role model to me, and I'm excited to see what life has in store for you guys.
To know you is to love you, Kevin Michael. How many people can say that they met their soulmate? I don't cry. During a global pandemic. While I'm not sure of the exact statistics, I can say that I'm one of the lucky few.
Sarah, from the moment I met you, I knew you were the love of my life. Your beautiful smile, personality, and energy are incomparable. You are my best friend, and nothing in this world can change that. You changed me for the better, but you still allow me to be myself.
Kevin, thank you for loving her the way she deserves to be loved. I truly wouldn't want anyone else to be marrying my best friend today, and I love you so much, and I'm so happy to be celebrating you guys. So let's give a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Ruffing.
There's a fire deep inside, and it's hot like a furnace. That look in your eyes is the spark that keeps burning it up. You're burning me up.
Kevin, you're generous, thoughtful, and you always do the right thing, even when I try to talk you out of it. You're a loyal friend, an incredible dog dad, and from what I hear, a decent golfer.
Today, I get to say I do, but to me, it means I will. I promise I will be there for all of the laughs and to hold you through all of the tears. I promise I will work harder every day to make you the happiest woman in the world. I promise I will always be the listener to your stories and your steady hand to prevent you from falling off bar stools. And above all, I promise I will never stop giving you the love that you deserve.
I promise to love you harder every day than the last. And I promise to be supportive, patient, even on the good days and the bad. I vow to be true, devoted, and intentional from this moment until my last. Constantly, consistently, and continually, I choose you.
I'll be there when your head turns gray. I'll see you through the sun and rain. Even if I lose my mind, I'll love you till I'm 99.
In trying to figure out a way to close this ceremony, I came across a quote by Dr. Seuss. It reads, quote, "You know you're in love when you can't fall asleep because reality is finally better than your dreams," end quote. This single moment in time has been a dream of Sarah, Kevin, and many of you for as long as you can remember. having pledged your fidelity to one another, to love, honor, and cherish one another in the presence of this gathering, and by the great authority vested in me from the state of South Carolina, it is my absolute privilege, grateful, and loving honor to now pronounce you for the first time, husband and wife. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Mr. and Mrs. Ruffing. You may now kiss the bride.
And it feels like it's supposed to be. Got lots to do. God knows that my heart still sees. You stay. Let's make the best of a beautiful thing. Anything can happen in the middle of the night. Let's be nice to me, but we all in Italy. Ain't nothing too much for me. Let's move to Paris and experiment with finer things. 'Cause anything can happen in the middle of the night. Me, what's the harm when all this hope is free? Illuminate my heart.